Dude, that Trump thing yesterday was pretty wild.
Oh, did you know?
I had to for work, yeah.
Yeah, what happened? Give us the deets.
He
You saw
said,
the dog?
he said, if it wasn't for this China virus, I wouldn't even had to come to Erie, but I'm here now because of the China virus.
Is that for real?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
Why did he have to come to Erie? Because of the China virus?
because
The economy was booming so hard, Jake. No one would have even
exactly. He felt like he has to go to all these places now because they're doing bad, and he has to be like, "Ooh, please vote for me. It's not my fault. Joe Biden wants to defund the police and take away your guns."
I saw Donald Trump tweet a meme that was 50 Cent, and it was like a quote from 50 Cent saying, "I ain't trying to be 20 Cent," and then it said 50 Cent on Biden's tax idea.
Well, did you see the picture the White House tweeted of Ice Cube and 50 Cent that photoshopped Trump things on their hats?
Yeah.
Yeah, just totally not true stuff.
But then if you look at the 50 Cent like tweets about it, 50 Cent's like, and I don't even fuck, like he was basically saying he doesn't fuck with like Donald Trump or any of them, but he's like, but you're trying to tax me 60% because Biden's like tax thing was 60% in New York, and like in all the big like Los Angeles would be fucked too,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, are you guys ready to hop into it?
Oh, I'm ready.
Welcome to episode 25 of Bro Football Focus.
This is a show that's pretty funny.
Pretty funny. Episode 25 of Bro Football Focus, the LaShawn/Sean McCoy episode. Looks like we're a third through the season, or at least that's what this little message on our breakdown is telling me.
Well, isn't that crazy though? I was thinking about that when I wrote, like, we are already like 6 games into the season.
Yeah, I guess. But what's more crazy is that we've been with it the whole way.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Since before the
Stupid
draft.
guys are going to die soon.
Super fun. Yep. But welcome, Bro Football Focus. We love having you here. We know many of you are currently watching. But
I would be scared if even a single person was currently watching.
You can just see some eyes through the blinds.
Don't magic, Jake. People don't know what's going
People
on.
get sneak peeks.
But yeah. So for all of you thousands, millions, billions, whatever it is watching, we're going to hop right into the spicy 16. And it looks like, Jake, you're up first this week.
I am. Titans-Texans game. The sports world praises Mike Vrabel's sneaky clock move in the 42-36 win against the Texans. The Titans have typically been winning ugly early on in the season, leaving some doubts as to if they're going to be as good as they were last season. I think this game was a good solid win that showed the Titans' playoff promise.
You mean the Titans are winning ugly?
I think their first few games were ugly wins.
I think you said the Texans are winning ugly, though.
Did I?
It doesn't matter.
So,
Regardless.
the Falcons defeated the Vikings 40-23, and Julio and Matt Ryan have been rumored to be on the trade block supposedly.
Yeah, that could be wild.
Dan Quinn fired, maybe some new blood coming in that building.
Who knows?
Blood.
But in a battle of the birds, it was a little too close for comfort for Lamar Jackson and company. They'll reflect on the near loss to the butt smell Eagles while enjoying their bye week. The Ravens came out victorious 30-28 over the Philadelphia Eagles. You like that term, butt smell?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
get what you're saying. Definitely a stinky connotation.
The Bengals take a 27-31 loss against the Colts. The Bengals did score more points, which is good, and their offensive line looks slightly better, but they only sacked Philly Rivers once, and he's not the most mobile quarterback, to say the least. The Colts are good, but they don't have showstopper talent to go deep into the playoffs.
He may not be the most mobile, but he may be the most fertile.
Probably. He does have a lot of children.
Children.
What if like Philly Rivers kids end up being pro quarterbacks, like the same way Arch Manning's kids did?
And
Like,
then
what if there's
all
half
named
the league?
Rivers.
half of the NFL is a Rivers-led team.
Yeah,
That'd
and
be
they're
cool.
all just dang gun it, and
They'll
just
just change to the Indianapolis Rivers.
a bunch of bolo tie wearing big fellas slinging the rock around. So the Steelers, so the Browns fans were talking. They thought they could maybe take over the division again, and maybe sneak into the playoffs, maybe win the division. But the Steelers slapped them back down to earth, 38-7. But the Steelers lost Devin Bush to a torn ACL. He's out for the season. So is it the same old Browns? Is Baker Mayfield just a big old, smoke in the mirror? Is he just just a commercial guy?
Hey, you're a big old smoke in the mirror.
Smoke and the mirror commercial guy.
Get him out of town, dude.
Yeah, but down south in Jacksonville, the Jaguars dropped their last winnable game of the season to slinging Matt Stafford and rookie DeAndre Swift. The Lions came out victorious 34-16.
You think they're not gonna win another game?
Look at the schedule.
Oh my!
Wake up, Austin.
Wake the fuck up, dude.
It's just, I'll save it for if we talk about it, but look the goddamn
We'll make
schedule.
that'll be a segment now.
The Broncos pick up a 18-12 win against the Patriots. This is the first game back for Cam Newton. He could have had better protection from the offensive line, but otherwise he had the worst game of his season, showing that the break for him did not work out like the break for the Titans did.
So for all of you viewers out there, I know this is supposed to be a quick segment, but nothing is written for this one.
All right,
We'll put a disclaimer. Hunter is the king of not having anything in the fucking...
This isn't mine.
so the Giants defeated the Washington football team
Coming at my neck.
20-19. No real big news out of there besides the NFC East just is a complete dumpster fire.
Did Alex Smith play a full football game? Is he doing that?
Honestly,
I don't know. I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch it, dude. Not
game
good.
to watch.
All right. Skip it. No one cares. Skip it.
Two powerhouse teams going head-to-head in a ground-and-pound game.
Yeah,
G&P.
not worth it. Not worth the discussion.
All right. Big news out of Miami, and it's not that they beat the Jets 24-0. It's Tua time. Tua Tagovailoa comes in late in the game, relieves a seemingly doing real well Ryan Fitzmagic. I have never seen something like this happen, where someone does so good that they are benched, and then they lose their job. Just doesn't make sense.
Save him for the long run.
Save Ryan Fitzpatrick for the long run.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk about it. Who knows?
The Bills have a hard follow-up game to last week's loss against the Titans, losing to the Chiefs 26-17. The Chiefs had an unbelievable aggressive running offense. This, along with the recent signing of Le'Veon Bell, shows that the Chiefs not only have Patrick Mahomes at the helm of a mobile passing game, but also have a tough ground-and-pound run game.
All right. Cool analysis.
Cardinals defeated the Cowboys 38-10. And Dak Prescott still leads the league in passing, even though he's snapped the fuck up in surgery as we speak. Cliff Kingsbury, this is just a personal take that I was thinking of during the game. I don't think he's getting enough credit for how well he's done turning that roster over. Like, he got that starting job with the number 1 overall pick, and everyone's
gonna draft Kyler.
Everyone that initially was like, oh, he can't take Kyler. Like, they just took Josh Rosen the year before. They're like, Josh didn't have a chance. Like, their team was so bad. He says, fuck you guys. I'm going to take Kyler Murray. I'm going to finesse Bill O'Brien for DeAndre Hopkins, give him stinky David Johnson. I'm going to bring in Kenyon Drake, and I'm going to draft Isaiah Simmons, Buda Baker. Like, he did such a good job. Jordan Phillips out of free agency. Like, that team, Cliff Kingsbury, I think, is one of the top coaches, just especially one of the up-and-coming young guys. He's fucking good.
Sounds like something to say if we were to choose this to talk about.
Yeah.
Good analysis, though.
Spicy 16s.
Something.
Dragon 16.
Listen, we can loop this audio track forever. We'll listen to the song the whole time.
We should maybe change the format and just do a sidebar.
Really challenging the graphics guys.
A little side joke, Jake. We don't need a sidebar.
Okay. This joke is out of my realm.
Yeah, because you don't try and make our podcast other podcasts. But,
Hey, in my mind, we're the only sports media.
yeah, exactly. So the 49ers faced the Rams, two slick young branches from the same coaching tree, but only one could come out with a W. Kyle Shanahan outcalled Sean McVay, and Jimmy G looked to be back in the saddle. The 49ers came out victorious 24-16.
The Bears are 5-1 for the first time in almost a decade after beating the Panthers 23-16. They are a weirdly good team and shouldn't be overlooked, but signs say that they still need to step it up to play with the big dogs.
Big dogs.
Wow, yippee-yo, yippee-yay.
We let the dogs out.
The Buccaneers defeated the Packers 38-10, and I think Aaron Jones cursed his team by giving Tom Brady bulletin board material when he said, "At least my quarterback knows what fourth down is," before the game, and then proceeded to hot steaming hell.
No, I'm sure that Tom Brady worked on that this past week. He's like 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, and they're like, he's back.
He's back. He's got it.
By God, he's a machine. I will say real quick, Broncos Patriots. My heart was torn. Obviously, I wanted the Patriots to win, but it was just like disgrace after disgrace. And then I was like, you know what? We need to get some food. So then we had to go to the store, get some food, and I was like, honestly, I haven't even checked in on the game. Look at it. Final score, 18-12, Broncos win. And I was like, that sucks, but it is nice to, like, our city won and, like, everyone was happy. But yeah, it was a little worrisome, especially when you have the Titans come off a break and then just kind of have it click a little more, and the Patriots come off a break and it's just like not happening.
That game actually hurt me a little extra because I'm in a survivor poll, or I'm running a survivor poll for a girl I work with, and I chose the Patriots. Do you know what a survivor poll is, Jake?
Yeah, like Survivor, like people go on the island and like they get voted off for doing challenges.
Yeah, so basically you pick one team a week and they have to win, but you can't pick that team again. So I picked the Patriots to beat the Broncos this week, and since they lost, we are out. It's
Damn.
very disappointing, yeah.
That's a cool concept.
Stupid pick, Hunter. That was a dumb pick.
But yeah.
So what I want to talk about, let me find it on here. I wanted to talk about the two-a-time Fitz benching, because just a few weeks ago, Mike Gesicki, the tight end, the up-and-coming star tight end for the Dolphins, said, like, I've never had a better teammate than Fitz. If I could, I would spend the next 15 years playing with him, like having him be my quarterback. That's how much I love him. Mike Gesicki's like 23, 24 years old. A week later, Fitz is blowing out the Jets. They give Tua like 2-3 snaps, like at the end of the game, like actual throws. Some of them are like runs. And then they bench Tua, or they bench Fitz for Tua. And I thought, I've seen Fitz get benched. I'm a big Fitz fan. I've been a Fitz fan for like over 10 years now, probably. I've seen him get benched multiple times. He's always cool about it. this time, for the first time ever, I watched the interview. I posted a link on this thing, but he sounded sad, and he felt like he really was like the quarterback of that team, and he was leading it. They were all juiced up about him, and I just felt really bad, man.
Yeah. So what I don't understand, like what I said before, like I have never seen somebody get relieved because they were ahead and doing well and then lose their job. Like that doesn't make sense. Fitzmagic was playing well,
Yeah,
didn't do anything wrong. Tua comes in and like you said, is in for like 5 snaps or whatever. I didn't see how much he played. But either way, he didn't like do anything crazy, didn't light anything up. How are you just going to take the job away from Fitz just cuz the young guy is ready?
yeah. I would have let him go until he lost the job,
Yeah.
until he threw a bunch of picks, and then you have a reason. But fucking ride the hot hand and try to make the playoffs.
Exactly.
The
Like
division, I think, is still winnable for even the Dolphins because
what
the
if,
Bills are in the lead, and we got 4 wins. They got what, 3? Or yeah, they got 3 wins, I think. 3 and
yeah, maybe the Dolphins know something that we don't, but I don't know how you're going to take the dude's job away when he was winning. That it doesn't make sense to me.
yeah,
Because
and
Tua might come in and still have like rookie jitters and not be good. Or what happens if next week, you know who the Dolphins play next week?
I think they have a bye.
Well, either way, their next game, Tua's in there. What if someone comes in and hits his hip really hard and then he's out for the rest of the year? Like Brian Flores is going to feel like an idiot.
yeah, but then Fitz goes right back in.
And
All
then
right,
Fitz
so
is going to be like, oh, see what happens?
next week they would. Yeah, I think they would probably have a bye given this. But the next time they play, they will be playing the Rams.
Yeah, Aaron Donald smacks Tua's hip.
Maybe, yeah. Ugh. I don't get. All right, so you had this. Well, you just had the Jets. The Jets would have been a decent game to throw them in because they're just such a shithole. But or even later when they played the Jets, Bengals, maybe throw them in there a couple times.
So Tua's first start is going to be against Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald.
And not even just those superstars. The Rams defense has been playing good. Like I forget who their defensive coordinator is. It's like an old timey, like fucking. He's like a good defensive coordinator.
It's not Wade Phillips anymore.
No,
Yeah.
will they? How many losses do you have to be outed from the playoffs guaranteed?
It's all about your.
Yeah.
If you win your division, you could have 4 wins and fucking make playoffs if you win your division. Oh, it's Brandon Staley. That's not right. The Rams defensive
'Cause
coordinator.
maybe they're just trying to get him in early because right now he hasn't played at all, and like that was who they spent their pick on. So it's like let's get him in early. If he starts fucking up, we can put Ryan Fitzpatrick back in to bring the shit back up.
That's crazy.
And
Jake,
if he does good, then they win the game. And that's that.
Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith for a whole year.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Patrick Mahomes is better than Tua.
And that's just Patrick Mahomes. Like, we're not even talking about Aaron Rodgers sat for a couple years. Like,
Yeah.
back in the day, it would
But
be,
who knows? It's not a rule, but it's maybe they're just saying, let's see. Because it's still
Here's another
early, but it's
thing.
late enough to see that teams are developed right now.
Fitz is
And like right now, they know what they're getting with him. So they're like, well, let's see what happens to clearly Ryan Fitzpatrick is good enough that, like, say he's fucking up the first half, we can throw him back in and bring it back.
Here's my thing. So they could potentially make the playoffs right now. They're not out of it. They take Fitz out. Like I said, Mike Gesicki liked Fitz in there. I think that instantly, like, all your momentum's gone.
Fucks the feng shui.
All your momentum's gone. Your quarterback, the facilitator of the offense, is out of there, and Tua is now in there. Everything's started over. Here's who Fitz lost to so far. He lost to the Patriots week 1. He lost to the Bills by 3 points week 2. Beat the shit out of the Jaguars. Lost to the Seahawks by 1 score. And then he beat the shit out of the 49ers, who were just in the Super Bowl. And then they dominated the Jets in their own division. And now you're going to take a bye week and then throw 2 in. Like, it's just –
All I know is
Maybe he's just starting him just for the bye week.
that's dumb. All I know is
What are you
90%.
talking? You started week 7. Shut the fuck up.
90% of what happens between the white lines happens between your ears. And if that gets fucked up, your gentle mental gets disoriented, bad things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Tua is going to have a miscommunication. But yeah, here, bold prediction. That's not even so bold. First game, Tua's in. Miscommunication with Devontae Parker. He thinks he's coming back. Devontae's just going out on a streak. Jalen Ramsey picks her off.
That's very realistic and
Yeah,
very
that's
possible.
why I said not so bold.
Here's another thing to think about. Tua is left-handed.
Yeah,
These people are used to catching the right-handed passes. When's the last time you think Devontae Parker's caught a left-handed pass? Like everything is completely different. Just he might be rolling out to his left more
Exactly.
often.
think about this. The ball is spinning a different way. You just the way you catch it, it's
I just have a feeling that first
put their
game.
hands up, break their fucking wrists because they're not strong this way, but they're strong that way.
mm-hmm.
I like Tua, and I think he'll look good in that Dolphins uniform, but I think he's going to have a rough start, especially that first game. And then it'll probably be a couple games after that till he's really settled in there. So he's got the Rams, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Broncos, then the Jets.
Maybe.
So,
So maybe that's the whole point. Like, let's put him in, and maybe he's just hoping that Tua won't do good, so he can justify saying like, "This is why he's on the bench."
no, because you don't want to do that with the guy you just drafted. You just spent a first-round pick on.
All right.
I really
Well,
think. What are you trying to talk about there, H-Dog?
I would talk about the Titans-Texans, but I feel like Mike Vrabel has already gotten his wiener sucked enough this week. So, Austin, I'd like to know from your perspective what happened to the Bills.
All right. So the Bills game. So in my opinion, in the offseason, all right, so we had Shaq Lawson. We had Jordan Phillips. They're young. They're like 26, 27. They wanted like $10 million a year contracts. We said, get the fuck out of town. They go, Jordan Phillips goes to Cardinals. He's playing good. Shaq Lawson goes to Dolphins, playing good. We bring in Mario Addison, who's 33, and we bring in like Vernon Butler Jr., who is just a complete scrub. All of our defensive linemen, our defensive ends are all like 6'3", 250. Our defensive tackles, we got Ed Oliver, who's 280 at the most.
Like 6'1".
Our Vernon Butler is maybe like 300 pounds. Like, he's not huge. And especially when we played the Titans, I just saw the physical difference. Like, there's a difference between even some people are 300 pounds, the other guy's 300 pounds, but this guy's 300 pounds of muscle. That other guy's just got a beer belly, and he's fucking blowing by him. The Bills have, like, no physicality on the defensive line. And it's like, it's horrible because they're getting manhandled, and then they're getting right to the linebackers. And Tremaine Edmonds is 6'5", and he's lanky. He's like a coverage guy. So if a guard touches him, he can't get off of a guard. The guy's already under him, like a 6'2" guard. So they're just running down our throats. And then people are like, oh, well, at least we took away the pass game. Well, they didn't have gaudy numbers, but they had like an 80% completion percentage, and Patrick Mahomes had like 100-something, 120 QBR or something. So when they did want to pass, they fucking passed it. And I saw Tyreek Hill run 8 yards, do a curl, catch the ball, run a couple more yards before Josh Norman even got out of his break. So it's like, we're not even trying to be competitive if you're fielding Josh Norman.
Josh Norman was almost a part of my game list this week.
Dude, I'm so frustrated watching this. Like, coming into the season, I was like so happy about Brandon Beane and proud of like how he built the roster and stuff. But now looking at it, like,
So
They're bringing in guys from Carolina just because they were from Carolina. Like Josh Norman, he's been shit. He's been bottom of PFF rankings.
Listen, I think you're suffering from a 2-week period of playing two pretty good teams. Who do the Bills play next?
We play, fuck.
The Jets.
Is that
No.
a fact, Jake?
Yes.
All right. Well, if
Oh yeah, it is Jets.
if that's a
Yeah,
fact,
because that's what my whole thought on the thing was before is
you get a bounce back game.
But here's
you're
my
gonna bounce back, dude. You're gonna be foaming out the mouth.
I know we're a good team, and I know we can beat
Oh, absolutely.
most teams, but like Sean McDermott is like I think he's 3-17 against playoff teams in his coaching career with the Bills.
That sucks.
So when we play playoff teams, we always lose. I've witnessed in Houston us lose to the Texans when we had like a 21-point lead at halftime. It's just we're not built like as a physical, like fuck you up, like bully you team. We're just like, oh, get a lead and hang on. Like they're like small.
So do you think you need more hosses up front, or?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I don't know why we didn't go after like fucking Snacks Harrison or any of these big hosses in free agency, or even just anyone. Like try to make a trade right now. I think we got to trade for someone big on the D line.
So, Austin, I'll have you know that I think quarterback Craven Taven Bryan will be in the free agency next year.
God. I don't know if I want him, dude, honestly.
I don't want him either. We might talk about him later. But sorry that you've had to go through this the past 2 weeks, Austin. But like we just said, I think you'll be fine next week, and your spirits will be back lifted. Josh Allen will be back in the MVP conversation, and it'll all be good.
The bad taste in the looming like forethought of the playoffs, if we make it in and we got to face these teams again, and they're already built that big and tough. The Chiefs, I don't know how they have so much talent retained. Their defense is legit this year too. It's a good defense.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Bills' schedule is looking kind of tough from here on out.
Oh, God. What are you seeing, Jake? What are you seeing on there? I'm going to take a peek at it.
Oh, if we're talking schedules, let me divulge to you guys what I'm
So
trying
right
to
now, after the Jets, Patriots, you can probably win that game, especially with what the Patriots looked like last week. Then the Seahawks, tough. Cardinals, you can definitely win, but if you fuck up, you won't. Chargers, same deal. 49ers could probably beat. Steelers, that'll be the game to watch right there.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now. All right, so
Broncos, easy win. Patriots again, and then Dolphins.
the Jets, we're obviously going to beat them because I think they're fucking tanking. If we lose to them, they're just screwed themselves out of Trevor. But the Patriots, that'll be competitive just because of Bill Belichick. Seahawks, I think, will fucking beat us. Cardinals will probably beat us the way they're playing if they get hot. Blah, blah, blah. When it gets down to the Steelers are built the same way the Titans are, just like a 3-4 physical team bully you around. It's going to be the same fucking deal, dude. It's going to be Villanueva and DeCastro and these guys. They're so much bigger than Oliver. And Mario Addison, who's 33, he's going to have arthritis by the time it's week 16.
Moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis on the Bills' offensive line.
Like
Kyle Osterman stuff.
in your early 30s as a lineman, and you got these guys, you're fielding these guys out there. They're not going to be doing good at the end of the year, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you think that's bad, check this out. So if the Jags wouldn't have accidentally beat the Colts week 1, we would definitely be able to get Trevor. Because let me read the rest of these games for you, fellas. This week, we have the Chargers. I don't think that's winnable. I don't think the Jags can do anything against that defense, and I think Justin Herbert's going to just slice and dice, probably have his best game as a quarterback.
Oh.
Yeah. Then after the Chargers, we head on down to Houston. We play Deshaun Watson. Same thing. He's going to slice us up.
The rejuvenated Texans off
Yes.
of the Bill O'Brien firing.
after the Texans, it doesn't get any easier because we have to play Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Not a win. No chance. After that, Steelers, same thing. Absolutely no chance. The Browns, I don't think there's a chance. Part of me thinks maybe because they're the Browns, but no. After that, you got the Vikings, Yannick Ngakoue revenge game. They're not winning that. Titans, nope. After that, we got the Ravens. Clearly, no. Like, RG3 might start that game just so they can preserve Lamar Jackson. I could see that
get
happening.
playing time at least if he doesn't start.
Yeah.
He'll get a couple scores and be like,
that Heisman formation with Lamar, RG3, and Mark Ingram will definitely come into effect.
Yeah.
After the Ravens, we got the Bears. The Bears, I think, is a possible maybe win.
Nick Foles revenge game.
Nick Foles and Allen Robinson revenge game.
Oh.
Yeah, double revenge. But for some reason, that one just sticks out at me as maybe possibly a win, but I still don't think so. And then Colts, Jags, and I think Philly will bookend the season with a dub. But
now, you think Philly
are weird
to Week 16?
I don't know. But if Jacoby Brissett's in, he'll definitely win.
Yeah, I think Jacoby will be looking better around that time of year.
So basically, I'm just upset that the Jags accidentally beat the Colts Week 1 because I don't think the Jets are going to win another game either. And it would really suck to be at 2 in this draft and have to trade up to a team that's not going to want to not take Trevor.
I don't think the Jets are even trying. I know they're tanking. When I saw them fucking run Frank Gore on a wheel route on the dude, I could cover Frank Gore right now. Like, he's so slow.
But
it's like they're not even fielding a decent roster. You could build a free agent team better than the Jets right now.
Yeah. So Jets are going to get Trevor. Jags are going to get stuck with the 2nd or 3rd pick, and they're going to take Trey Lance, and he's not going to be good, and it's going to be just more of a shit show. But what do you guys think about Le'Veon going to the Chiefs?
Well, since we're doing this schedule game, the Patriots schedule is interesting as well. So this week, 49ers, probably be a good game. Then the Bills, again, will be close. Jets, like we said, booty. Then the Ravens, probably a loss. Texans, really could go either way. Cardinals, probably will be a loss. Chargers, probably going to be a loss. Rams, probably a loss, honestly, because the O-line is not great. Dolphins, probably a win. Bills, by that point, 2nd round, I don't know. And then Jets might not even be a team by January. So,
would you kill yourself if the Jets beat the Patriots?
So Dolphins beat the Patriots last year, and that was pretty embarrassing.
But what if the Jets manhandle the Patriots, 69-13, and Belichick's crying?
I don't know if he can cry. I think he got his tear ducts soldered up, so he never sheds a tear in his life.
Do you know when Sam Darnold comes back?
I just find it so hard to believe that the Jets will win. What's the point for them to even try to win right now?
But I don't think players try and lose.
But here's the thing, Hunter.
But the organizations try to lose. They put.
I understand that.
Fuck up.
But
yesterday, Steve McClendon got traded to the Buccaneers
and drove there. I know.
He got in his car and fucking drove all the way. Just drove.
I know.
He just wanted to get the fuck out of there because it's been such a shit show.
But still, if you are on the team playing, you're not going to try and lose.
But the thing is, so you're not going to have that extra burst. You're not going to third leg it. You're not going to try and keep rolling over and, stick your fucking neck all the way out.
I disagree because if you're not going to be – if you're going to be playing football, every single play where you touch the ball, or even if you don't touch the ball, that is a play on your resume that other teams will be looking at. So there's no pressure a player not to try or give 100%. I don't think you're going to overly
risk it, though. I don't think you're going to be trying to hurdle people and fucking risk getting fucked up like that because it's you're blatantly putting us in situations and play calling that we are losing. We're gonna lose. We have been losing. What's the point for me to try and fucking hurt myself? And then it doesn't matter who wants.
You're thinking of that as a logical person, Jake and I have been on some losing football teams. When the
Yeah.
momentum is down and
At
the
a
motivation
high school
is down,
level, like
Yeah,
not
but,
the
but
NFL.
Leonard, it's still the same thing. You
No,
like
it's
go
not
out,
because
you go out there and you try to play, dude, and you just fucking you're like, oh, dude, we've lost a bunch of games in a row, dude. Like we could have no chance. You just have a different kind of.
yeah,
You get up when you're hot, and when you're low, you're down, dude.
I
You're just
understand
not-
that. But at a high school level, there is like, sure, you might have like scouts there looking at you and whatnot, but as we all know, probably nobody on your guys' high school football team had scouts coming to look at them.
I don't
But
know.
Hunter, what
I
I'm
think
saying,
a lot
these
of
guys, a lot of these guys don't even give a fuck about that type of stuff because they're already millionaires. Like they know they're gonna play wherever.
I don't think any player would intentionally put bad tape out there.
No, I don't think it's necessarily like, oh, I'm gonna intentionally fuck up, but it's like, oh, it's coming to the sideline and I might get fucked up. I could either try and cut it in and try to fuck it up, or just go out of bounds. Just go out of bounds, go back to the play. It's stuff like that. It's playing it safe, not necessarily playing bad.
Some people
but like,
put their bodies on the line because they fucking are trying to get this dub.
We'll see what happens when Sam Darnold comes back in, okay? Whoever was backing up Le'Veon Bell has a breakout game.
Frank Gore?
No, his backup. P. Ryan or whatever.
P. Rye.
P. Ryan. But yeah, so he steps up, okay? All these new young dogs are getting looks, and they're super excited. Sam Darnold comes back. They're playing the Patriots. Denzel Mims gets his first start. He's burning Stephon Gilmore. Sam Darnold's slinging it. He's not seeing ghosts anymore. He called the Ghostbusters when he was doing the injury. He called them, guys.
That all sounds great, and all those guys are going to try real hard, but that offensive line is trash. Sam Darnold is going to be getting destroyed. He's not going to be able to throw the ball to Mims. He's not. You can hand it. You can have fucking.
Just got the heebie-jeebies.
You could have Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry in that backfield. They're not going to do shit, dude, because that line is trash.
Listen, I just want the Jets to win a game so the Jags can get Trevor Lawrence.
You have ulterior mode.
That's all that is.
Oh,
what do you guys think about Le'Veon Bell joining the Chiefs?
I think it's the right move for him. Like, fucking, you literally go from the most dookie, dog tit fucking team in the league.
Yes, I believe
Super Bowl champs.
I believe somebody from Yahoo Sports said Le'Veon Bell went from the outhouse to the penthouse.
He went from worst to first.
Yeah, he went from fucking drowning in his own piss to eating caviar.
Yeah, but Austin, we all know you have Clyde in fantasy. Does this worry you? Do you think Clyde's still the guy and Le'Veon's just going to be – like we know Leonard Fournette went to Tampa. Not a lot's happening there.
Yeah, I mean, as a Clyde owner in fantasy, of course.
Yeah, let's get that straight.
I am definitely shaking in my boots right now.
You're really shaking?
See, I don't think he'll be shaking.
But here's the thing. I think Clyde, I think he's a stud. I think he's a beast. I love Clyde. That's why I drafted him in the first round. And I think Andy Reid will be like, oh, Clyde's the guy. Clyde's the guy. First 3 weeks, he'll be handing the rock. But Le'Veon will get in there. And you'll start to see Le'Veon is fucking 6'1", 230 and can run routes like a wide receiver and can block and is more physical and a better – like he's just a tough motherfucker. And they'll probably start splitting carries, and both of them will just not have any fantasy value.
Well, I don't know, because I think Le'Veon has more value at receiver than Clyde. And I think Andy Reid being who he is, he's probably licking his chops right now, thinking about how he can get Le'Veon involved in the passing game. Like Tyreek's over there, Travis is over the middle. Oh, fuck, we forgot Le'Veon, who's on a slant, and he just went for 75 yards because he's playing on a good team now and his hamstring's fine.
And Andy Reid is the best coach at being able to feed a lot of mouths.
Yeah.
Like he finds a way to get everyone involved, even if he has fucking a ton of people.
See, and I do see him being used more in that flex position, but also having Clyde out there and Le'Veon. Maybe they start Le'Veon out, and it's like and he roll in motion, then goes and lines up as receiver, and it's like now it's like a goes from running back, motions out, well, they still hand it off. Or even maybe vice versa. Or he lines up at receiver, motions in, and then it's like a jet sweep, like motions in, and it's off. Like there's so much using him as a running back and as a wide receiver in like we're just going to confuse the fuck out of you. Because with their wide receiver depth, it's like over here, weapon. Oh, go ahead, cover him up. Because guess what? Weapon on this side. And that's how it's going to be in the backfield too.
Yeah.
Is like clearly you see Clyde is completely capable of carrying a team with his running ability. And it's like, okay, fine, go ahead, watch out for him, because then oh shit, Le'Veon's coming from a receiver, and he's going off tackle too in the linebacker. Like there's so much possibility right now.
Yeah.
Well, as a Le'Veon owner in fantasy, of course, I hope he does well.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Chiefs. They're cool.
So, Jake, you broke some news to us earlier that I think we already were kind of informed on, but you want to tell our loyal listeners what that is?
Yeah. Again, headline Jake here. Supposedly, the Seahawks may be looking at Antonio Brown. Maybe this was already news. Maybe it wasn't. But again, the headline's where I start and stop. So there's the news.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a cool move. As we all know, Antonio Brown is cleared to play after week 8. I could definitely see the Hawks swinging in there and having him do some slot stuff. I would hate to have to worry about Dequarius King Kong Metcalf on one side, Tyler Lockett and Key on the other side, and then you got Antonio
Crazy ass Brown. Fucking Looney Tunes Brown.
Crazy head Brown.
That's my only worry is Seattle is a gloom city, so that can't be too good on anybody's mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the depth that kind of makes you want to throw up, because it's just so insane. Like they're just gonna fucking pick people. I mean, they already do, but they're just gonna pick people apart left and right.
And
Jake, football shouldn't make you want to throw up.
But sometimes you just see shit that's so good, you're like, how? You're like, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Ugh. Smelling salts.
I don't know. I just think this Antonio Brown stuff is just all a bunch of big smoke in the mirror stuff, dude.
I think it's a bunch of big smoke, like, all you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. Like that?
Yeah, like big smoke, dude. Who's gonna put that Looney Tune on their squad, dude?
I could see it, because I think when it comes to Antonio Brown, who is like one of the best wide receivers of all time, and that's not really debatable, he's available to play. I don't think off the field stuff matters. Like, Tyreek Hill can literally break his kid's arm and everybody forgets about it when he scores a long touchdown. So
yeah,
OJ murdered people.
But Tyreek Hill
doesn't after football.
I think Tonio's got CP.
Yeah, no, totally. But yeah,
like murder people. CTE. I think he
maybe.
Had.
You heard it here first. Antonio Brown might murder somebody.
I didn't want to say it, but I had to say it.
That would be a good game of the week. Top 3 players you think are going to murder someone next.
Yeah.
He would definitely be on my list.
BFF first alert. Speaking of BFF, get your hot BFF injection t-shirt off our merch store, bff.web.
Just leave a comment down below if you'd buy one. We'll start getting some supplies.
Yeah.
The pre-orders are available now.
But hopefully that wouldn't be a whoopsie like this week's whoopsie of the week.
Yeah, God forbid.
Yeah. But
so whack.
So this week, we initially didn't have one, but I just popped this in because I feel like it's a whoopsie and a half.
That's good.
So Aaron Rodgers is playing the Buccaneers, the stinky old, Tom doesn't have it anymore, Buccaneers. Aaron Rodgers goes up 10-0. All right, Aaron Jones has the sunglasses on. Game's over. Tampa can't do anything. Aaron Rodgers gets in the end zone, does a Hingle McCringleberry, and as we all know, that's where you stand up, hands behind the head, and you give some pelvis pumps. Sometimes 2, 3 gets the flag. Aaron Rodgers did 3, didn't get the flag. But I feel like a Hingle McCringleberry is like, we're up 30. It's the fourth quarter move.
Yeah.
It's not a we're up 10 in the first quarter move.
I just don't think it's a 2020 move. It's been done. The joke is over.
It's been done.
No,
I think that's like a parent going to a school dance and just being like, oh!
Listen, Jake, people do that still. So
It's cringy though.
Like, come on.
If you're dabbing and whipping and nay-naying in
I think the Hingle McCringleberry is more than fine of a celly in 2020, but I just don't think it's a up 10-0 in the first move. So they go up 10-0. After Aaron Rodgers performs a premature Hingle McCringleberry, in my opinion, Tampa just goes nuts. Carlton Davis is going crazy, getting pick sixes out of nowhere. Jamal Dean.
And Dominican Sue was
and Stompacon. Apparently, Aaron Rodgers was like spitting on the Dominican Sue, which is crazy.
That's bold. I mean, I think even just like looking him in the eye is kind of dangerous.
Yeah. But yeah,
that's true. He might get suspended for violating COVID protocol.
Yeah. But basically, thought Aaron Rodgers would be impervious to whoopsies, but he's not.
No.
Thought he was riding a little too high. Has Aaron Rodgers Tuesday on the Pat McAfee show. Everybody's sucking him off.
What's that?
Sucking him off. And he came back to earth this week. So, Aaron Rodgers, you're the whoopsie of the week.
It's crazy to think that Aaron Rodgers is 6 years younger than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I think Tom Brady and like what the fuck's her name?
Danica Patrick?
No.
Giselle?
God damn it. Why am I not fucking losing this name right now?
Serena Williams?
No, she's the fucking bitch from Friends. Who also
Jennifer Aniston?
Yes, Jennifer Aniston. I think there's reptile people. Just because they look so goddamn young, and people that are 6 years younger than them look decrepitly old compared.
Or they're just
because Aaron Rodgers has a beard.
Well, because I was like, because I know Tom Brady was past 40. I saw look it up. I was like, Tom Brady, 42. I'm like, so that means Aaron Rodgers has to be like fucking 48. And I was like, oh shit, he's 36, and you just Green Bay's weather is wearing and tearing on you.
I mean, if you had a close-up of Tom Brady's face, like, you can tell he's in his 40s.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's proactive.
You're just getting fooled by his haircut. That's all.
I mean, look at LeBron James. Like a few years ago, he's fucking going bald, and then all of a sudden his hairline's perfect, and he's dunking again. Like,
yeah, I think he used Hims for men supplements.
They got some stem cells or something they're shooting into themselves, regenerating their bodies to fucking. They'll probably live forever.
Some Peyton Manning HGH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of Packers stuff that isn't whoopsieable, we got some Packers merch news this week that I'm very excited about.
I was browsing the store just waiting for something to come out. And we got a fire deal.
And let me tell you what, it's probably not a pain in the ass to drink out of this mug.
Definitely not.
I know you're joking, but I definitely feel like, first of all, it reminds me of those colonial tri-corner hats, but in cup form. But yeah. I've had plates at restaurants that are that shape, and they really bother me for some reason. So this cup, it looks like how you naturally hold it. You'd want to like drink it on the corner. Maybe not. Maybe if you held it the other way.
All I'm saying is you take a sip out of this thing, you're getting a drip or two on your shirt.
Yeah, just the way it is.
Now, I will break down a pro of this design. That mug is sturdy.
Yeah.
To knock that bitch over, you really got to smack it.
I feel like you can walk upstairs with that and not spill it.
Yeah, utility, I'm going to give like a B+.
But
design, maybe F-.
I just like, okay, so I can only see two of the sides, and I see, what is that, 7 half holes? So there's got to be at least 12 half holes on this thing. You're just taking away how much coffee you can get in there.
Yeah.
Well, and I think just the imagery, like if that's a queso bowl, I get it. But it's like I'm drinking coffee, holding cheese, like something. Your brain's getting confused. So you're like, does this coffee taste like cheese? And it just fucks everything up.
All right. So I think we should get into the merch business, but for other teams, we should sell this idea to the Lions. We should sell this idea to the Bears, and we should sell this idea.
It's still cheese.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. And we should sell this idea to the Vikings. We make cheese graters with those teams' logos on it.
Like a lion head.
Yeah, the lion cheese grater. You bring it to Lambeau. You're grating some Wisconsin cheddar.
On your notch.
It was like
Yeah.
like Olive Garden things. Like, just tell me when. Come on, come on.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I think if we make a clip of that, that would be one of our most popular
We
segments.
should also sell cheese in the shape of Aaron Rodgers doing the Hingle McCringleberry.
Yeah,
To be shredded.
a cheese merch.
To be shredded. That's good.
I will say that this mug is available from $19.95 on the Packers Pro Shop.
Yeah,
And
that's a good mug price. Good mug price.
For a novelty mug, yeah, absolutely. I will say though, after shipping, I don't think you're getting out of there under $30.
Oh, is that not on Prime?
yeah, it's definitely non-prime, and it is definitely a heavier mug.
I think the Packers cheddar color on the add to cart fooled you.
Yeah.
Yeah, very Amazon, but Amazon is more of gold. This is more of a cheddar.
Jake's got the Bezos brain, dude. He thinks everything's Amazon nowadays.
For real. Like
Get
when
outta
they
here
said
with
they were
the-
like, the Amazon's on fire. I was like, oh fuck, I'm waiting for a package. Like, I was
Jake,
like, oh
that's-
wait, the forest.
Have you been practicing
writing?
for like a stand-up special or something? Because that
Yeah.
was good.
You testing your bits out on here?
No, I mean I'm just funny.
This is not the place to test your bits, okay?
No.
You feeling up the crowd, Jake?
All right. When we're all out there, we should film an in-person episode.
Yeah, that's what I planned on doing.
Okay, cool. Do you guys want to talk about
sitting in the grass?
We'll
like
do it at our sick
playground.
Airbnb that has a hot tub and 4 stories.
Probs won't though. We're going for a cheap one.
Oh, yeah. But maybe we could get one of those for cheap.
I think you could for literally I don't know,
$2?
like $25 each a night.
Either way, that's stuff to be talked about later.
Yeah, that's for our Airbnb podcast.
You can
Airbnb BFF.
Whoa.
Yep.
I just like when the acronyms get longer and longer.
break-
But any of these games next week jumping out at you fellas?
Oh yeah.
Oh, which one, Jake? I heard an oh yeah.
I think the Bucks Raiders is going to be quite the game.
Do ya? Who do you think's gonna come out on top?
I don't know. I really don't know. Because Raiders are tough. So are the Bucks, but you never know.
Austin?
Yeah, one of these is really tickling me. One of these is a real tantalizing matchup.
Which one's tickling your taint?
And I will say it is the battle of the undefeated AFC teams. The Steelers versus the Titans.
Oh yeah.
2 physical Haas teams, 3-4 defenses. They're blitzing the shit out of each other. You got King Henry. You got fucking Big Ben Roethlisberger. I think that game will be pretty fucking good. But the Steelers don't have Devin Bush, so I don't know. They'll probably have some good backup linebacker, but that might hurt you against Big Derek.
Yeah, I do think that'll be a good physical, hard-nosed, smash-mouth football game.
Yeah.
One that jumps out at me, though, Seahawks-Cardinals, another battle of the birds. I'm interested to see Russell Wilson versus mini Russell Wilson.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that could be cool. Honestly, I think those offenses are kind of similar besides the Seahawks having a decent running game, like it's just magical runner-arounder guy and then a big dude you can chuck it to.
I don't think the Cardinals' running game's bad, though. I think Kenny Drake's good.
Kenyon Drake did have a really good game last week.
I think they need a better line. Well, both those teams do, really, I guess.
I'll tell you what, from our most recent Madden franchise that we tried to do, the Cardinals do need a better line.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Do you guys want to do the Thursday night pick'em?
Yes.
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
pick'ems?
All right, Thursday night, we got the 1-5 New York Football Giants going to take on the 1-4-1 Philadelphia Eagles, the battle of the NFC East.
More
got, Jake?
turdy poop games.
Break it down.
I'm gonna take the Eagles.
Jake's going with the Dirty Birds. Well, not really the Dirty Birds, but
Oh,
What about this?
Philadelphia is dirty. I will tell you that.
what score are you going with?
Yeah,
here?
what's the score, Jake?
Oh, score. Okay, I'm going Eagles. 24-18.
24-18.
Okay.
Very realistic, very plausible.
Austin, how about you?
So me personally, I'm looking at the matchup. You got Fletcher Cox. He almost blew someone's head off after he fucked the guy's wife and the guy showed up at his mansion. That guy's going to be causing havoc in a game like this, a battle of two shitty teams. You got Carson Wentz playing good. That big Travis Fulgham or whatever his name is, he's showing up to play. I think the Eagles come out with this dub, dude. They got Miles Sanders. Is he coming back? I think he's good to go, maybe. Yeah, I think the Eagles take this dub, but I think it might be a little higher scoring. I'm seeing 31-24 Eagles.
31.
Put in the books.
Okay. So everything tells me the Eagles should win this game.
Yeah,
But if I know anything about football, it's that I shouldn't trust my instincts.
right there.
So I'm going to go with the Giants here. I think Danny Dimes is going to be slinging it. Sterling Shepard is going to have a big game. Evan Ingram is going to have his breakout game of the year against the poopy Eagles secondary. And Devonta Freeman, watch out. But the Giants win this one. 24-21.
24-21.
Yeah.
They said 41. I was like, oh.
No. I struggled a little to get it out, but that's what I think.
Wow. Well, there you have it. There's the BFF Thursday night picks. How did we do last time we did the Thursday night picks?
I want to say Jake was the closest.
I was
to
close.
Correct.
Yeah, if they each would have just scored one more touchdown, I would have been right on the money.
Well, so obviously if you don't pick the right winner, you're immediately out. But after that, it's obviously Price is Right rules.
Yeah.
We should say that I did call Le'Veon Bell going to the Chiefs on the last podcast.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely you did. As soon as I saw that, I sent it to the group. I was like, Austin was right. Literally.
I had my ear to the Twitter.
Well, it was before the podcast was even edited because I didn't go to work that day. And that's when the news came out. I was like, fuck, Austin was dead on.
Dead nuts, as my stepdad would say.
You know, we're reputable. Sometimes we hit it on the head. You know, we're trustworthy.
We have been proven clairvoyant. So
hit it on the head, hit it before Schefter, about 5 seconds before Schefter.
Misspelled Le'Veon's name. I was typing it so fast.
Yeah.
Damn, son. See, that's how fast the breaks happen. You can't even control your what you're saying.
Yeah, when I get my sources from the league, when I get that news, I'm just lighting it up. And I just send it, and I don't care how reputable the source is. I don't care if I misspell something. I'm just getting it out there. I'm trying to beat Schefter.
It's completely understandable.
I've been up here in the mountains charging these crystals, so like our clairvoyance is like fucking through the roof.
Yeah. The Colorado episode will be definitely a top-notch set.
Oh, we're gonna get some quartz crystals. Get our chakras all right,
Do you think we could get some amethyst?
dude. Mount Amethyst? Are you kidding me?
Do you have access to jade?
Mount Jade.
Sweet.
But yeah, speaking of Mount Jade, let's get into this fun game of the week.
This is a fun one.
It is our top 3 worst players of all time. So, my theme is all 3 of mine were quarterbacks, and also they had to be somebody that I at least knew their name. So I didn't just look up a list and put people that I didn't know. So my number 3 is Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
Plays
Really good pick, Jake.
for the Browns 2014, 2015. In 2014, he went 18 for 35 with 51%, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 2015, he was 129 for 223, 57%, with 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So over his total career, he had 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions and averaged like a 55%.
I also recall tuning into a CFL game that was very hyped up. Oh, Johnny Manziel's back. I think he had 5 picks in the first half.
And that's another thing that goes into it is everyone's like, oh, shit, Johnny Football. Gonna bring swinging dick to the NFL. Poop.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all. So, for my pick, coming in at the number 3 position, I would say that one blind kid that we used to see on the Twitter videos that he was busting through and trying to get a tackle, but that wouldn't be PC of me to say.
No, that would be very ill-timed.
So I'm going to come in. I've talked shit on him before. I've mentioned how trash he is. I'm always thinking about how trash he is. I'm thinking about Aaron Maben here.
Aaron Maben.
I'm going to throw him. He's coming in at number 3 on
He's
my list.
3.
He's 3. I got some more stinkers ahead of him, but I will say for how trash he was, he did stick around for at least 3-4 years. But yeah, absolute trash, big bust, not good. Sam got pancaked by running back before. It's not good.
Do you think Sean Merriman's not good?
I think he was good until they told him he couldn't take steroids anymore.
Maurice Jones-Drew pancaked him.
Yeah, I saw that. But that's MJD. If he gets under you, he's going to fuck you up.
True. It's all about that center of gravity.
He's potentially a Hall of Fame.
MJD?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. If Fred Taylor's not a Hall of Famer, MJD's definitely not a Hall of Famer.
They had more spots, and if it goes on long enough, the voting, he'll get it eventually.
I don't know, dude. Tony Baselli's been a finalist for like 6 years, so I don't think it's a Jags thing.
He doesn't really jazz me up the way MJD does, though.
Tony Baselli was like a all 2000s tackle, or 90s, whatever it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of tackles.
Yeah. All right. Well, my number 3 is the person drafted 1 pick after Eric Fisher. Luke Jokel out of Texas A&M was drafted 2nd overall by the new regime, Shad Khan, Dave Caldwell, Jacksonville Jaguars, drafted to protect Blaine Gabbert, I believe. And he's just not good. So didn't pick up his 5th-year option. He was a free agent for a little while. The Seahawks picked him up to play guard. And when that wasn't working out, he just kind of faded away and retired into the sunset. So number 2 overall pick at left tackle, supposed to be a generational left tackle because he made Johnny Manziel look good. Yeah, very, very disappointed in him.
It is pretty crazy how both those tackles ended up being pretty shitty.
I don't know, dude. At least Eric Fisher's like still on the team.
True, he got moved to guard though. For the number 1 overall pick,
Eric Fisher isn't a guard.
he got moved to guard, I'm pretty sure.
He's a tackle now.
Eric Fisher?
Yeah. I think he's a solid 80 overall Madden guy.
I'd have to see the Chiefs depth chart.
Either way, Luke Jokel is my number 3.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
So my number 2 is Mark Sanchez.
Nice. Jake, your list is sick.
He played from 2009 to 2018 for the Jets, Eagles, Cowboys, Bears, and Redskins. He played 0 snaps in both 2017 and 2013. In his overall career, he was 13-14 for 23-20, putting him at a 56 passer rating with 86 touchdowns and 89 interceptions. So he threw more interceptions than touchdowns, and about half of his passes were incomplete. And that's playing across 9 years, but only playing 7 of those 9.
Yeah, I mean, Sour Cream Sanchez.
And the butt fumble, obviously. That's just a little sprinkle on the top. Not good. Not good.
No. Great pick, though.
Thanks.
And I do want to step in and say, Hunter, you're right. Eric Fisher starts at left tackle for the Chiefs.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I know. But Austin, who's your 2?
My number 2 is Jamarcus Russell.
Nice.
J. Russ, he came in the league. He was a big, strong-armed LSU fella, just chucking it deep, blah, blah, blah. Number 1 overall pick. Took him over Calvin Johnson, greatest receiver of all time, arguably. And he just got fat, and he stunk, and he threw picks, and he was inaccurate, and he had bad leadership. And one time a coach said, hey, watch these plays and then tell me what you think about them tomorrow. And he gave him a DVD, and Jamarcus came back the next day and said, yeah, I liked all those plays. And then he said, there was nothing on that DVD. I was just trying to see if you even fucking watched the film I'm giving you. And it turns out Jamarcus was a big, fat fraud. Tried to do a comeback a couple years ago and was running on the beach in Jordans, and Hunter and I were laughing at him because he's a big
running on a beach with Jordans with who?
Was it the quarterback whisperer?
He's not a whisperer. He was a quarterback for the 49ers.
Kerry Collins?
Condoleezza Rice.
No.
Oh, I can't remember.
He sounds... He speaks. I don't want to say he's gay because I don't know.
I know who you're talking about. Oh,
Jeff Garcia.
Jeff Garcia. Yeah, he tried to do a comeback with Jeff.
Yeah, great dude.
That's the guy to do the comeback with, J. Russ.
He just speaks a bit flamboyant. That doesn't mean he's a homosexual, but
yeah,
I don't want to say most. A lot of homosexual males speak flamboyantly.
I really like watching you navigate this.
Yeah,
we gotta stay PC. But my numero dos is a quarterback, and he is my second worst football player of all time because he was literally given the starting job in order to secure the first overall pick in 2012. My second worst quarterback of all time is football player of all time is Curtis Painter.
C-Paint.
Yeah. Jake, you might not even know who Curtis Painter is, but basically the Colts realized, hey, Peyton Manning, he's not coming back. We're not going to do it. He's got the neck surgery, the back surgery. So Andrew Luck's coming out. He's the highest scouted guy ever. So we're going to put in Curtis Painter, and he's going to start. And Curtis Painter started 9 games in 2011. He threw for 1,500 yards, and he had 6 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. And he did, in fact, secure the number 1 overall pick for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, that's got to feel pretty good.
But got them Andrew Luck. So
yeah, he was pivotal in like their role. He played his job well.
Oh, he did. He definitely played his role. That's a fact.
Yeah, and I mean that's all you can ask from a teammate is for them to play their role.
If this was a best role players list, he might be on it. Also, I think we should do sometime in the future a best one-hit wonders list. Have players like Trindon Holiday on there,
I don't know.
Holiday.
but yeah.
So my number one was also Jamarcus Russell. This is one of the first names I remember when I was thinking about paying attention to football. So here's some stat lines. He played 3 seasons. First season, 54%. He threw 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Next season, 53%. 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. And in the third season, 48%, 3 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. So from the moment he started, each year was a downgrade, more interceptions, just not good. And clearly, 3 seasons, it was like, all right, let's try him out. Okay, maybe not that good. Next season was like, all right, it was a rough rookie year. This year's going to be better. And third season was like, if he does not fucking straighten up, you're done. And that's exactly what happened.
Austin, didn't Jamarcus Russell have like a crazy contract too? Because you could negotiate, like it wasn't set back then.
Not only did he have a crazy contract, he held out and wouldn't play until they signed him to the fat contract. And then he fucking stunk it up once he took up their entire salary.
Good for him.
Yeah, smart, dude. And then you can suck, get out of the league before you get the CTEs, and you got the money. Shit.
Dude.
If we get the smartest players, that might have to be number one.
Maybe. But Austin.
Yeah, that's my number one.
All right. My number one
I'm excited for this.
is Nathan Peterman. So the Buffalo Bills selected him in the 5th round of 2017. On November 15th, 2017, he was named the Bills' starting quarterback in Week 11 against the Chargers due to Tyrod Taylor's struggles. During the game, Peterman threw 5 interceptions in the first half of the game. And it was just, from there on, like, that moment, I just saw the pure stinkiness that is Nathan Peterman.
John Gruden likes him for some reason.
I knew he wasn't going to be good. So fast forward to January 2018. Peterman enters the Bills' wild card game against the Jacksonville Jaguars because Tyrod Taylor gets a concussion. He converts 2 first downs, including a 4-yard scramble, but then he throws a pick to Jalen Ramsey, and the fucking Jaguars seal the game and end up going to play the Patriots. So then we draft Josh Allen, blah, 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 blah. Peterman's going to be our starter. We throw him in Week 1 against the Ravens, throws 2 picks, has a 0 passer rating, and we lose 47-3. Then, all right, he's throwing picks, like, fucking, we play the Texans on, like, a Thursday night football game, 2 interceptions, pick 6 to old Jonathan Joseph. Like, we literally were going to sit Josh Allen. He was such a raw prospect out of Wyoming. He had like a 50% completion percentage. He's just a big kid, doesn't really know how to read defenses yet. We're going to sit him, but we had to throw him into the fucking fire because Peterman was so trash. And it was just he has to be one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. He had, in his Buffalo career, he has 4 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 rushing, 12 interceptions, and a passer rating of 32. So he's bad. But, yeah, for whatever reason, John Gruden does like him. I think it's because he did a Gruden QB camp at some point. So they're probably homies.
Exactly right.
Just pals.
All right. So my number one was going to be quarterback craven Taven Bryan. But he's only been in the league for 3 years, and I don't know if he's just I don't know if he's extremely bad or if I'm just extremely mad because he was drafted like 3 spots ahead of Lamar Jackson. And that's always just going to upset me. So, I don't think that's fair to Taven Bryan to make him the worst football player of all time. So, my number one worst football player of all time is somebody so bad he had to change his name. My number one worst football player is Antoine/Valentino Blake.
Who the hell is that?
You know Valentino Blake, dude. He was in a few Steelers games. But basically, he was a safety or a corner or something. And just every single time you hear this guy's name, he's always fucking up somehow, just not doing good. And then, like, I think he, like, messed up in a playoff game or something, gets traded in the offseason or gets cut and picked up by somebody else in the offseason. And then the announcers are like, and we got Antoine Blake on the field. And then they have to get corrected. And they're like, oh, actually, it seems like he changed his name in the offseason to Valentino Blake. So I don't know. I've always disliked Valentino Blake.
Huh. That's odd.
Yeah, I never.
You know, I promise you know who he is.
He must
We
have
all
been.
change our first names to Valentino.
Yeah, and so if you ever change your name, I don't think you can go for like a flashy name.
Hey.
Like, yeah, I'm Valentino now. Yeah, I don't know, but that's that.
That was a fun one. Maybe we can do best players as well.
Best players of all time?
Maybe best players of all time that are not currently playing.
Ooh.
So we're not just dick riding the current players.
I'm gonna see if our
Maybe worst injuries of all time. That one would be a really. It would be like the show. What was it? Scarred. And it would just be gore clips the whole time.
With Jacoby from
Scarred.
Yeah, but he's the lead singer. Is he the lead singer of Papa Roach?
I don't know.
I think he is.
Papa Roach. Wake me up. Or what song are they? That's the
sick guitar riff one.
I can't remember what it is.
I don't know. Listen, we can talk about them on our
Yeah, that'll be for our Papa Roach podcast.
Yeah, Papa Roach podcast. But until next time on the Saquon Barkley episode, this has been Bro Football Focus. Find us on YouTube where you found us. Find us on Twitter at Bro Football Focus with 1L. And find us on Instagram at Bro Football Focus, spelled how you would spell it. But, like I said, until next week, the Saquon Barkley episode, we'll see you later.